that happened around the 1600s when Europe switched from the silver standard to the gold standard. Europe had all the silver, Africa had all the gold. Next you know, it's incentivizing all the Europeans to come into Africa. They get all the gold and they're like, wow, we can do other things. And all of a sudden, Black Americans are born. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I think that if you value, things that aren't materialistic, you need to stick to that, because Bitcoin's going to change your life. 8 years in the game of being diligent is going to change your life.
Right. But
you don't want it to change for the negative, because now you're a victim of success. And I see it all the time. I see it here. The vast majority of Kenyans are really happy. Like, I go to Kiba and these kids are like running around with no shoes on, happy, smiling, joking. And I'm like, man, we don't got that in America. Not like that. The parents are too busy saying, don't break that. That's expensive. So they're already getting this mindset of, money. When these kids are just having fun, they're not worried about anything like that. And so I think not only should we focus on the spiritual system, but I also think that we should look at the results of the prior system and say, okay, the reason why people are anxious is because the money's devaluing. So they're always having to work. They're always having to do that. Well, now if you have a system where it's going up in value, do you value sleep more? Do you value relaxation a little bit more? Do you value conversations a little bit more? And so I think that financial literacy is great. I think that's a great start. But I think we need to go even more in depth, where it's like, what are the human characteristics that this created? What was the incentive system? Europe came into Africa and just changed the whole world. And now they're about to change it again with this new monetary system, whether it's central bank digital currency, Bitcoin separation. We're entering a whole new system. So what is going to be the new human characteristics? If people have so much money and they have robots, do people have the desire to fulfill, what's on the inside of them? Sure. If they're just like, well, I got the robot doing that and I got enough money, do they have a purpose in life? So you might see some people actually lost. I think this world balances itself out over time. And so I think that Bitcoin is a way to rebalance it, but I also feel like, so as time goes on, the balance is going to get out of balance again in some other way. And the only thing to really stay balanced is to stick to your spiritual morals, and regardless